Boom. Okay, awesome. So, what is up? What is up? Obviously, I'm always excited to be here and to break down some key things that I became self-aware of when it comes to, doing this. I actually have an entire game plan and everything too. It's pretty simple. It says daily routines, micro, get pissed, get upset, use that to your advantage. Okay, that's pretty much gonna be the main notes for everything. But I've been doing this for a minute, and I'm always trying to find out like the best way to make things happen. And there's some things that we can't control, and the one thing is that we can't control is when it comes to the productivity and activity, the productivity and effectiveness of the group. Okay, so we get to a certain point. Who here has been at that predicament when it comes to their business, and they're wondering why it's not happening the way they want it to happen? It's just like for some reason no one's matching your work ethic, that your mindset is where it's at, but people aren't on the same frequency as you. We talk about all the things that is pretty much bringing our entire business down. Have you all been through that before? I know there's a lot of people that have been through this, because it should be every single person. Every single person should have raised their hand. Every single person should have commented yes, because we all go through it. If that was the case, we'd all be Chairman 500 right now, right? Am I right? So we go through these motions, and the one thing that I figured out lately is that it's our responsibility. It's 100% our responsibility. And once we have a sense of humility to find out that it's not even the fact of what people could do in our business, it's what we could do as leaders, as individuals, to increase the effectiveness and productivity in our own business. That's why I figured that out. I was like, dude, this could be happening, all this type of stuff. Like, I could be doing these calls about 3 to 5 times a week. I could be doing these training calls, and this is the reason I'm telling you guys this from coming from experience as a person who's Chairman 25. Yes, for having lack of productivity in business and actual real progression. So I figured out, I was like, wait a minute, if I could do everything, I could do the calls. Man, I can't hear anything, but that's awesome that we're learning how to plan our day for success. So you can't hear anything. So did you type that from the title, or this is recorded too as well? So there goes the game plan. Okay, so this is what I try to figure out. I was like, how come I could do the calls, I could do the trainings, like I check this. I figured it out. I was like, wait a minute. It's like I've done everything on the back ends for the business wise. I always wondered to myself too, is how can I attract myself? Like, how would you feel, if you had a Chris or Derek on your team? If you had yourself on your team, if you mean like you'd be like, all I need is that one person. I've always been in that situation. I've always felt that I was stagnant. I've always felt I got to that point, but then I started studying and researching successful individuals. Do you think that they put their success in the hands of other people? Right? Do you think that they put their success in the hands, like, that they would go out there and get it even if other people aren't doing it? Does that make sense? Does everybody follow me on that, aspect? Is the fact that even if people weren't grinding and if people weren't doing anything, do you think it still stopped them from achieving their dreams and goals? Do you think it still stopped them from their productivity in their business? Do you think it stopped them from their daily growth? Right? And it gets to a certain point where you realize that if we let our entire selves, focus on what's happening in our environment, and it's a lack environment right now, and we allow that to dictate our future, will we ever have a better future? No, because we're over here focusing on the fact of the lack of, when we could actually be doing other things. Makes sense? So this is what I figured out. It's my fault. We have to get to that point. It's my fault. It's our responsibility as individuals, as leaders. There's certain things that we could do on a day-to-day basis, but the truth is, if I take every single person's daily routine right now and I dissect it into like hours and what's happening during that time frame, would every single person be proud of what they're doing every single day? Would every single person be able to say that their work ethic and their grind is a dictation of their why? That their why is so strong that the work ethic is so huge? Can everybody say it, be 100% transparent and say, yes, that's me? Can everybody say that? That, yes, I'm producing. Okay, cool. So I've come to the self-realization that I should be bringing in at least 10 to 15 people every single day. Who here has researched, I gotta he's in the room right now, Prince, for really putting me on to Grant Cardone. But I started to realize that for a lot of these successful individuals, it's like no matter what is going on in the current circumstances, that they don't even have time to make excuses. They don't even have time to say anything. They don't have time to complain. They don't have time to do that because they're out there getting it. How many people do you know are like that? How many people do you know that's just like, whether, say for instance, if all of you guys are in the business, you guys aren't working, they're already working on the next person. They're already working on the next productivity levels, okay? So what I was gonna do is, rather than this being a thing of like, I'm gonna get on the call and tell every person what to do, I'm taking 100% responsibility for the lack of business as a Chairman 25, as a leader. And the reason being is because I've also seen a lot of people that are in the same positions, okay, that are in the same positions that aren't doing anything. As some people get to certain ranks and they don't do crap because they peak. But I'm not trying to peak. I'm over here trying to help. I'm here trying to grow and to help individuals achieve the same type of success. And who here on this call wants to also be a Chairman 25 too as well? Who wants to be here making yearly as a monthly? Who wants to travel the world, do all these type of things? It sounds so redundant. It sounds so cliche. But I'm going to give you guys my daily routines. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly what I'm going to do. And then now there can't be any complaints of not achieving these certain things. If there's a guy who's a Chairman 25 that's doing a lot more work than the person who's not doing a Chairman 25. Does everybody follow me so far on this? Okay, cool. So first off, number one is the daily routines. I'm going to keep focusing on this. And the reason being is because when we have a lack of progression, it's a lack of our daily routines within ourselves. It's our fault, okay? So what are you doing? What are you even doing? That's the question. That's the quote of the day. What are you even doing? Okay? What is what are you doing in your daily routines? That's for growth. Well, I'm talking to a couple people here and there and building relationships with them. I'm reading all these books, but for some reason, I'm reading my way to success, but for some reason, my ranks isn't going up. I'm watching all these videos, but for some reason, my trading profits isn't going up, because the truth is, it takes execution of the information that you actually learn in order to have massive success. Yo, chill. Cat's being weird right now. So that's what I figured out. I was like, wait a minute. I could read all these books. I could sit here and be like, yo, I read all these books, right? But at the end of the day, I'm not doing anything, okay? So this is just reading rather than applying, the micro, right? So all your customers free. This should be the main focus. Who here has been building business for a minute? Who here has, people in their organization? At least one. Who here has at least one person in their organization? If so, type in the number 1 or yes, whatever it may be. Now, I want you to think of it like this. If your main focus is to get all your customers connected to the services, I feel like my cat is on crack right now. Hey, chill. That's what I thought. Okay, so if your main focus in the micro rather than focusing the macro is getting all your customers connected and then focusing on getting all your customers free, type in the number of how many people would be in your business if they did that? If they just they just became free. How many people in here? What would your business double to? Write the number. Just type in. See what the number is. 18. P1000. 225. 30. 250. 200. 200. 70 plus. You see what I'm talking about here? Is when we focus on the micro, the macro gets extended, okay? So that's what I figured out. I was like, wait a minute. If we just focus on the basics and teach people how to do the basics and make this a customer-driven platform, but here's the problem. The problem is the fact that we don't want to sit down with the people. We don't feel like it's our responsibility to sit there and help them get free. You know what I'm saying? Like if you have 3 people in your business and you gave your time just to set the services, you want to know what makes the time go longer is when we small talk too much. But if you have a person sitting in front of you, you have 3 people that get set up, say, hey, for all you 3 right now, let's all sit down together. Let's connect all your services at this given time. Let's make a list of 25 subscribers. Let me teach you how to invite every single one of these 25 people to a call or to a local event. Do you think they would get there free? Who would agree that they would get there free? But the truth is that we get so scared of the commitment because we're scared of not failure, we're scared of success because we're scared of the responsibilities that come along with it. And we're also scared of the vices that we have to give up. We're scared that we have to actually get a haircut. We're scared that we actually have to be professional. We're scared that we have to lose the friends that we spend time with. You know, we're scared that we can't, if you don't go out and party, that they're going to judge you for what you're doing. But in all reality, they subconsciously respect you because you're doing something different. I mean, people aren't scared of failure. They're scared of the responsibilities. And they're scared of the insecurities. They're scared of growing up. Does that make sense? They're scared of going from boys and girls to being men and women. Because at the end of the day, if you keep partying and staying in a certain position in your life, what's going to happen is you're going to be that 35-year-old, 40-year-old person still in the club trying to hit on younger people. It is weird. It doesn't make any sense. By that time, you should be able to have experienced life and be able to provide for your family, provide for yourself to help take it to the next level. Who here is following me so far when it comes to that? That is such a micro, but that is the only thing that is stopping people from achieving success. It's the lack of execution and the lack of planning, because when you fail to plan, you plan to what? Fail. For every single person on this call, wait till you guys see my entire daily routines. You guys will be like, okay, now I get it. I understand. Number 2, okay, so your daily routines, I'm going to go in detail on that. Your micro, focus on, like, think about this right now. To double your entire business, I highly implore, I'm not telling you what to do, but I highly implore you guys, because this is what I'm going to do, is to write down right now in your business, even if you didn't get them involved, to go through your entire structure. You Taproot. If you feel like they're not doing it or your leaders aren't doing it, you be the one. You be the driving force. You be the driving momentum into this whole thing. It's not, if you have too much time to complain about the lack of business, then that means you must have a lot of time to go through your structure and find all the customers and then reach out to them and say, hey, I know you're a customer. I know we never really got to connect, but my main focus is making sure that your services are connected and that you have a free subscription. Do you understand how excited a lot of people will be if you did that? Do you understand how much people will respect you on a higher note? Wow, this person actually hitting me up. I would have never thought this person would have hit me up. If I am the one as a Chairman 25 reach out to your customer and like, dude, my Chairman 25 hit me up, but how come my Plat 1000 didn't even hit me up at all? It's not even helping me because our time is too valuable, because we're at a certain position now because we became the title rather than being the person that actually has a title. Make sense? Okay, so focus on the micro. All your customers connected to the services, and it's free. For any person that's on this call right now, if you've had customers for the past 14 days and none of them the services aren't connected and they don't have a free subscription, we have to have the humility and the responsibility to say that we have failed as a leader. 100%. That you have failed. And that's the reason why it's so easy to go back to these people and say, hey, I failed you. The moment that you got set up, I was supposed to sit there and walk with you on everything from your checklist to getting your free subscription. Okay? That's the main focus. So the micro. Number 3, get pissed. A lot of people aren't pissed off of their circumstances. So if you're not happy in your current position, if you're broke and you can't afford certain things, if you can't provide for your family, like if you're at that point where you're getting the actual opinions of other people saying that you can never do it, I feel like a lot of people aren't really getting pissed or getting upset at their circumstances and to use that to their advantage to have massive success. We allow our situations to weigh us down rather than being the one that says, you know what, I'm going to take those cards, use it to my advantage, and become the person that I'm supposed to be. Okay, so if you're over here complaining about that you don't have enough money, that your family's not retired, that your kids aren't having a good life, then why is your actions not in line of being actually upset about it? For me, I was upset about my situation. And because I was upset about my situation, I went out there and smashed Chairman 25 because no one was going to tell me what I couldn't or could not do for my children. And every single person has that right to as well. So you have to get pissed off at your circumstances, get upset at everything else that you're not happy with, and use that driving force to actually change your situation. Because I feel that a lot of people actually like being broke. A lot of people like being in the current situations. Like, they complain about it, but if they really wanted to do something about it, they would get out of it. Does everybody follow me so far? Am I being too blunt? Am I being too transparent? Okay. Facts. Okay, stop. Okay, cool. That's pretty much the game plan. So you guys ready for the daily routines? So the whole point was this: when you focus on your daily routines, when you focus on the micro, every single person in here could double your business. You make yourself a goal, and I'm holding every single person accountable in here, that if your business doesn't double on a week to bi-weekly basis, then we have failed as leaders. So if we sit here and we have 9 people in our business, but next week is still 9 people in our business, what are we doing? But then my team, like, it's just like, here's the thing. If you have like 9 people in your business that's not good at, inviting people to these events, then why not you sit down with them and taproot 9 people's list of over 25 to 300 to 500 people each, and you help them invite. So even though they're not presenting, you're the one presenting, or Chris or Derek is the one presenting, that you're alley-ooping it. Just because of the effort that you put with those 9 people, you drove the momentum in your business, because within those lists of those 9 people was the next Alex Morton, was the next David Emanite, was the next Matt Rosa, was the next Jason Brown. But because you didn't sit down with them, how would you ever know? Does that make sense? Everybody follow me on that? Just want to make sure that everyone's paying attention. I apologize. I get super hyped up about this stuff, but I'm just being 100% real with every single person on here, because I need more chairmen to pop off. I need more success stories. It can't just be us. Okay, I can't be one of the only ones. Don Guaman can't be one of the only ones. You're saying, like, all these other people can't be the only ones. I know you're sick and tired of watching these emails happen every single week of new chairmen that happens to be not your name. You know what I'm saying? So when do we go and really understand that? Because if we focus, say if you have 30, say you went from 6 people and you just drove to get them all free, you have 12. And from that 12, you drove them all to get free, you have 24. And from those 24, you drove them all to get free. That is now what? What I'm saying is that that's not even considering the fact that people that want to build. That's not considering the fact that people that invite to get their free, but all of a sudden they have 10 to 12 get set up. Then it becomes their idea to build the business. It's the fact that we have to move. So from now on, can everyone agree to this, okay? Can everyone agree to me that we can no longer complain and make excuses about our organization if we're not helping our customers get free at all? You cannot get mad at your squad. Here's the thing. Think about it like this. If your squad is not doing it, you do it. Does that make sense? If you have the audacity to complain about your team not doing it, then you be the one that does it. Make sense? Awesome. So I'm going to give you guys my daily routine. So check this out. I have this in my book. Okay. Is everybody ready for the daily routine? So I have a book that I'm going to carry around with me everywhere I go, along with my personal development stuff. And I said, you know what? Like, here's how I'm going to step up. I'm going to step up in a way that is just ridiculous. Okay. Hold on. Put some light on here. So I have this book. Okay. And it has, the first thing that it says is, your loved ones depend on you. You got this. Okay. One thing that I've been learning from a lot of personal development is a lot of positive self-talk. The first part that I have in the top came from that Own Your Day, Own Your Life. It says, I love you. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. What that does, it puts me in a state of love, puts me in a state of I'm sorry, or whatever guilt or shame for my life is. Forgive me allows me to release those thoughts. And when I say thank you, I put myself in a state of gratitude. This is my daily routine every single day. You guys will see it here, okay? And I'm going to read it to you guys. First thing that I want to do every single day is this. I'm not saying to do this. but find a way for you to do something that fits best for you, something that helps you step up in a positive way. Somebody just asked you, why is it in cursive? Because I wrote in cursive. This is the only logical answer. I wrote cursive. Okay, so, all right, so first things first. What do I do when as soon as I wake up? I drink water, I go into light, I absorb light for about 5 to 10 minutes, and I do movement. I do about anywhere from 25 to 30 burpees, and I stretch for about 5 minutes. Then I go and do my breathing techniques, okay? Then I go into the cold shower. I also put in parentheses, it says pray during hygiene, okay? Then I eat a nutrient-filled foods. Then I do personal development, 30 minutes of audio, and then 30 minutes of reading minimum. And I put in a little square that says post. Now, the reason why I put post there is because whatever I do for my personal development will be the dictation for what I post later that night on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. Does everybody follow me so far? If you follow me, say yes, one, whatever it is. Just want to make sure I have every person's attention, okay? So personal development, 30 minutes minimum, audio and reading, and I focus on that because whatever information that I learn from that will be on my next post for that night. Done, right? Then I will meditate for 15 minutes. You don't know how to meditate, use the Headspace app, use the Calm app to be guided, and then this is where I clock in, okay? Now that I got my my water in, I got the light in, I got the movement in, I got the adrenaline running because of the cold showers and then also the breathing techniques. I eat a nutrient-filled food. I got my personal and spiritual development, and I meditated. I clock in. And when I clock in, I will build relationships. And I'm going to give a shout out to Christian Dukes and his squad. He's the one that taught us how to organize this. Conversation, invitation, presentation, and follow-up. I build relationships for 3 hours. I clock in, which means that is the only thing that I do. I already did my personal development. I already did all the things I need to do. I already prayed in the morning. I already, got my nutrients in. I clocked in for 3 hours. I'm not talking to nobody. I'm not talking to my significant other. I'm not smoking and joking with my friends. I'm not none of that. I'm clocked in for 3 hours. In those 3 hours, I build relationships. When I build relationships, I have a whole thing here. I have the names of the people. I have the conversations, checkbox, right? I have the invitation, I check them off, right? Once they go to a presentation that night, presentation, and then the follow-up, checkbox. So now I'm actually putting in the work. I'm actually doing this. The truth is, be 100% honest. Who's organizing their entire business? Or are you trying to take crap and throw on the wall and see what sticks? It's just the honest truth. You want this to be like a factory. You want it to produce revenue. Are we treating it like a legitimate business? And if we're not, then we're over here hurting ourselves. We're shooting ourselves in the foot, right? It's not happening. For the people that are, props to you guys, 100%. Keep going. So it's all tracked here. Then when it's tracked here, I also have here customers, and it says checklist and free. So on top of the people getting set up, for all the people that I'm bringing in, I'm like, okay, boom, I'm going over their checklist, giving them deadlines, and also helping them get their free. If they're not good at invite, or if they're not good at talking to people, I work with them to at least get them to invite their 25 people to get their free. Because you never know. It's about who you know, who knows who knows who, okay? So then after I clock in for 3 hours, I eat, and then I pray, and then I meditate. Then once that is done, I go to the gym. And that is my gym time. That is the time where I'm working out, working on, whatever I'm working out that day. On my rest day, I'm stretching, and I'm doing cardio because I still want to stay active. Then I have a post shake and a meal. And then guess what I do after that? I clock in for 3 hours. I build relationships. I have conversations, invitation, presentation, and follow-up. Think about this. As a chairman 25 that's sitting here on social media, reaching out to every single person on Instagram, like, first picture, I just direct messaged you, boom, I go into the whole thing. I was like, dude, amazing page, how long have you been working out? Amazing page, how long have you been playing basketball? Amazing page, how long have you been doing creative things when it comes to, whatever it is, when it comes to poetry, when it comes to music, whatever it is, right? Oh, I've been doing it for this long, blah, 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 all this stuff. So that's cool. I was like, do you enjoy it? What got you into it? I built a relationship with them. And then all of a sudden, I said, what's crazy? Like, for a person like you, for a person that's creative, for a person that is just different in their mindset, you'd honestly kill it at what I do. But what do? Is like, well, I don't really have that much time to explain it. I'm actually just been learning about it. But to be honest, guess what? I'm going to see if I can hook you up with a favor. Just let me hit you back in 5 minutes. I'm not going to guarantee you anything. I'm just going to see what I could do. Is that cool with you? Boom, there you go. There's your invite. So I'm saying as I'm clocking in, guess how many hours that is? 6 hours. 6 hours. What I'm doing right now is I'm compressing time. For the amount of time that it will take me to do this for 2 to 5 years, I'm going to compress it into 1 year. I'm going to compress it now. And then when people wonder, how did he smash Chim in 500? Because he was clocking in for 6 hours. On top of that, he was doing his personal development. On top of that, he was doing his meditation, okay? And then after I'm done for clocking in for 3 hours, guess what I do? The social media post. So whatever I learned from my personal and spiritual development, I go into my social media posts. I write it up articulately. I don't even know that's a word. But like I actually go in detail, make it intricate pretty much. And I go in detail of it, post, whatever, take a picture, go somewhere, do something. Just push myself to post, okay? Then I do what? The intro to trading calls. Right now it's on Sunday, Mondays, and Wednesdays. But for first and myself, I'm going to do one every single day. Go on every single day, then I'll be on there, okay? But I'll have that there too as well. And then after that, I do what? I do another personal development. I got a lot of books to read. I got a lot of things to learn. And I got this hunger for growth as an individual. So personal development, another 30 minutes, but instead of audio, it's straight reading, okay? 30 minutes minimum. Then after that, I pray and then I meditate. Even after doing all that, you still have time throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? So that's when you could do your leisure activities. That's when you could tone it down a bit and hang out with your significant other. That's when you could just chill and watch Netflix for a bit. If you want to play Fortnite then go ahead. But at least you knocked out everything that you need to knock out in order to be focused. Because the truth is, who right now on this call could go against this daily routine and said that you're doing just as much as this, if not more? Be 100% transparent. If you are, I'm going to give you props like no other. This is something I haven't even started yet. I start this tomorrow. Okay, perfect. For the person that's pretty close, 70%. Awesome. Cool. That's amazing. That's amazing. That's outstanding. Okay? Also on the bottom, I said this. This is my affirmations, okay? These are the things that I'm saying. Everything is yours. Your family lives in abundance. Everything you say happens. I am an 8-figure trader. I am a chairman 500, okay? For the people that have full-time jobs, clock in for 3 hours, clock in for 2 hours. No matter what, keep clocking for 1 hour. Whatever that you can clock in for, at least you're clocking in for something that you're holding yourself accountable to. And it's not the basic, but it's the one that you can push yourself more. You sacrifice the other hour watching TV and playing video games so you can have 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? So the whole main point is this. I'm going to recap this again. I drink water, light, and movement in the beginning. I do my breathing and my cold shower, and I pray during hygiene. Then I eat. Then I do personal developments, 30 minutes minimum, audio or reading, and I focus on whatever I'm learning there for my post. Then I meditate for 15 minutes. Then I clock in for 3 hours. I build relationships, put them on a whole track sheet where it says conversation, invitation, presentation, follow-up, okay? Then I eat, and I pray, and I meditate again. Then I go to the gym. Then from the gym, if it's a rest day, I stretch and I do cardio. Then I do a post shake / meal, and I clock in for 3 hours minimum. Again, build relationships, conversation, invitation, presentation, follow-up. Then I do my social media posts, intro to trading calls. Then I do my personal development, 30 minutes minimum reading, and then I pray and meditate. On top of that, I still teach London session. Make sense? Then I have my affirmation that I say on a day-to-day basis. So all this stuff is here. And if I'm traveling or whatever, 100%, okay? If I'm traveling or whatever, then that's there. For everyone that says you're still training, I'll show you guys my FX book in Miami. Okay, so all you guys understand that. Everybody follow me so far on that. The whole main point is this. It's not the fact of what our team isn't doing. It's the fact of what we're not doing. And the thing that I've noticed is that when we lack and we're in an environment, if your team's not working and then you literally say, oh my gosh, my team isn't working, it's not good, and because of that, then they watch you. And then when they watch you and they see that you're not grinding and you're not working just because you got toned down a little bit, you let your circumstances affect you, guess what happens? So do they too as well. So when they see the person that got them into the business that even when they're slacking, you're still on it. You're still clocking in. You're still meditating. You're still going to the gym. You're still doing personal development. You're still doing spiritual development. You're still posting because all you did was structure out your entire days. How many do you think of your team would actually be looking up to you and actually be pushing themselves harder and actually say that you're somebody that's worth looking up to, somebody that's worth following? The problem is the fact when life beats us up a bit, we actually let it beat us up. And because of that, they see that. And when they see that, they become that. You have to do 10 times more than what your team is doing to even get them. It's like this. In boxing and MMA, what they say, you take 50%. No, that's not 50%. You take less than 10% of what you train into the fight. So if you want to increase your business by even just 10%, you got to be 100%. You got to be 100% at all times, and increases them up until they get to a point where they become 100%. But how can they be that if they don't have something to look up to achieve that? They're watching you at all times, whether you like it or not. Who's following me so far? Perfect. So here's the thing. This one was this, but this is the checklist. The reason why I didn't want to go straight into the daily routines aspect is because that's you. Okay, that is you 100%. You want to know more about it? Just watch the recording of this. But I'm going to recap this for you guys to keep it super simple, so that way it's just super easy. Ready for this? If you have a note and a piece of paper or your phone or whatever, can everybody write this down? And for the people that want the recordings, I'm going to put it on a YouTube video. I'm gonna put it on a YouTube video and put it in all the chats too as well. Is everybody good? Can I read this off to everybody? Will everybody write this down in their notes? Okay, number one, daily routines. What are you even doing? I want you to think of it like this. If you're being lazy, the next time that you're just chilling there watching Netflix or Hulu, or you're being lazy, you're smoking a blunt with your friends, or you're just doing things that's not conducive for a progressive environment, the next time that you're out and you're turning up with everybody because you're scared of losing your friends, or the next time you're doing that and everything, I want you to think about either me working my butt off to accomplish all these things, or I want you to think about the newest person that comes into this business 2 months from now. And just because they were so desperate for success that they're willing to give up their vices and they achieved their goal times 3 in less than 6 months, and you're still doing the same thing. I want you to think about, I want you to feel guilty when you're not hustling. That is like, for me, that is what got me to have massive success, is when I was out there just like backsliding, when I was out there doing all these things, I was thinking to myself like, oh my goodness, I wonder what David Emanite is doing right now. Oh my goodness, I wonder what Alex Morton is doing. Oh wait, I could actually see it on Instagram story. They're working. You know what I'm saying? So daily routines, what are you even doing? Okay? And make sure there's productivity. If you think about this business, it's all about increasing the revenue of the business to be able to do that. Chris, why aren't you going over any training stuff? Because you should be using the services. If you're not on London sessions, catching the 3 to 9 trade shows that I call out, then that means you're just being lazy, okay? So daily routines, what are you even doing? And then focus on the micro. A leader of one is a leader of money, leader of many, okay? So when you focus on the micro and you focus on all your customers that come in, you put them on a list and you go over the checklist. Every single person on this call should have my checklist, okay? The checklist, and then have another column that says free. And you sit there, you say, okay, for this week, I have 10. If you don't know what to do, if you're that type of person that says, oh man, I don't know what to do to increase momentum in my business. I don't know what to do to should I talk to more people right now? No, what you should do is go through all your customers, okay? Go through all your customers. My checklist is here. I'm going to show you guys something quick. Okay? Go to my page. When you go to my page, you go to my channel. When you go to my channel, there's this video. It's called Just Watch This Whole Video If You Want More. When you click on that, it's all right here. It's all right there. All this stuff is public, 100%, all right? So anyways, the micro, write down all your customers and make this like a factory, okay? When you have 10 people, you're like, okay, whether or not, I'm gonna keep following up with these individuals, and I'm gonna keep going and making sure that I get them their free, And if I called you and said, hey, I know that you're probably busy, whatever it may be, but when can we set some time aside so that way I can help you get your free, bro? I don't want you paying for a subscription. I want you just focusing on the services. Can you help me help you? Who here would deny that? Who here on this call would be like, get away from me, dude. I can do this by myself. I don't need your help. Actually, there's probably some people that do that. You know what I'm saying? If they do, just like, okay, cool, whatever. Cross you off the list. No, you be that person that makes the initiative. If you have time to think about what needs to be done, you go out there and get it done, okay? Think about success of multimillionaires and billionaires and whatever. You know what I'm saying? They get it done. So if I call you, make sure you get your customers are free, that you have free subscription and your customers are connected. Next is what? Get pissed, get upset, and use that to your advantage. Like I said before, there's a lot of people that their productivity and their actions don't align with what's really getting them upset in life, and it really confuses me because some people tell me that they do this for their mother, or they do this for a family member that's actually passing away, or they do this for their kid, but then I still see them turning up. I still see them passing the blunt around. I still see them going out and popping bottles and escaping their reality and trying to find their happiness through people, places, or things. I'm going to tell you guys right now, people will never get enough of the things that they don't need. I'm going to say it again. People never get enough of the things that they don't need. Is that some nuggets right there? So think about this. For all of you that are escaping constantly, why do they always feel that they want more of that, but they never get fulfilled so that it doesn't make them happy, so they keep doing the same thing? That's why I say people will never get enough of the things that they don't need, okay? So get pissed. Get upset. Yo, I'm sick of being broke. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of my negative, toxic relationship telling me I can't accomplish these things. I'm tired of not being able to pay my debt. I'm tired of being in credit card debt. I'm tired of not knowing when I'm going to be able to pay off these student loan debts. You know, I'm tired of my mom struggling every single day, and there's no reason why she should still be working in the first place. I have a kid that I got to feed, but I'm over here complaining about things. But I'm not doing anything for my kid. Like, you have to think of it in that mindset and actually use that and use alchemy and transfer that energy into productiveness. And how do you do that? Your daily routines, and just structure it out. Make sense? Awesome, cool. So is everybody going to do that? Is everyone going to focus on their daily routine? Because I like to lead this from the plan of action. And the plan of action is this, and I'm not going to be able to check every single person, but the plan of action is tonight, do what I did in a way. I'm not saying start your daily routine right now because it's not good to start a daily routine in the middle of the day, right? Have your affirmations, okay? Have your mantra and do your daily routine and structure it. If you work a regular job, then put that time slot and working a regular job in there. But guess what? You have an hour and a half on lunch. So why aren't you doing personal and spiritual development during that time to get ready for that post for that night? Boom, there you go, time management, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's all there. So focus on those daily routines and the productiveness. How many hours are you clocking in to building relationships with people, okay? It all starts out just like Christian Dukes taught me. Starts out with a conversation and an invitation and then a presentation and then a follow-up. That's all it is. So when you have a list of all those things and you're clocking in from anywhere from 1 to 6 hours, you'll be able to create and be that driving force for momentum in your entire business. And also, too, as well, write down on the bottom of your list your positive thinking, your positive self-talk, your positive affirmations. Everything is yours. Your family lives in abundance. Everything that you say happens. I am an 8-figure trader, and I am a chairman 500, and no one's going to tell me otherwise. If not, get the heck out of my face. I still love you on the way in, love you on the way out. I got goals to hit. I got things to achieve. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of going through this stuff. I'm pissed off for greatness. I'm going to achieve these things no matter what. Where do you find these people to build relationships with? You go on Instagram and start liking pictures and building relationships with people. End of story. That's the thing. There's a lot of times that people ask these questions, but the truth is they know the answers, but they wish that it was something different. Okay? They wish it was something different. There's no specific niche. Nobody's safe. I'm going to talk to every single person. I want to build relationships with people that are athletic. I want to build relationships with people that are creative. I want to build relationships with people that are just people. Like, it's just every single person wants more money. That's just the way that it is. So when you actually go into that, no one is safe. Because when you prejudge people, you're giving a biased opinion to everything. How to approach people in other organizations to build relationships in person. Guys, have a conversation with people, please. That you need to form. Family, occupation, recreation, motivation. Does anyone here remember how to make friends? If you don't, then you're going to suck at network marketing. Just make friends. That's all network marketing is. You make as many friends as you can. You find the problems to their life. You give them the solution to it. End of story. That's all it is. You just genuine. Use the compliment, crazy confidence that I learned from that lady on the GoPro by Eric Worre. You know, compliment them. You know, what's crazy is with your stature and the way that you are, you kill it at what I do. To be honest, you might even do better than me. Let me see if I can hook you up with a favor, because you seem like that type of person that has the mentality and the drive to do it. Okay? So can everyone do that? Their daily routine? And can everyone write down all their customers tonight, and tell your squads to do it as well? You're saying, imagine this. What if my squad hits them up and I hit them up? Well, guess what? Now they have 2 people that hit them up and said, hey, let me help you get their free. Think about that. They have support from their upline on multiple levels where they said, dude, 4 people just hit me up asking to help me get free. Like, these people really care about me. These people really want me to have success. Okay? Focus on the micro. Every single person you come in, think of double, double, double. Think of volume doubling. Think of volume doubling. Everybody think of volume doubling. If you focus on all your customers getting it free. I'm going to keep saying this until it's repetition, until it gets ingrained into people's mindsets, that when you focus on the micro and you focus on the checklist of individuals, number one, you don't create a problem of people not knowing what they're supposed to do. Because by the time they're done with the checklist, they went through basics, they went through technical analysis, they picked 2-3 trades they follow on IML TV, they have their demo account set up, they have their live account set up, they have all those things set up. They already went through IML Universe. They made a list of 25 people that they want to reach out to. The checklist is done. Now let's get them free, okay? So everyone, instead of thinking about all the time about I need to get 500 people, no, you need to focus on the 10 people you have in your business and go out of your, I don't care if it's 3 o'clock in the morning and you said, I'm only free at 3 o'clock in the morning, then you drive at 3 o'clock in the morning to go to that person to help them get their free and to organize it so that way they could get it. Does that make sense? Servant leadership at its finest, above and beyond, because that person could be the reason where you're making $160,000 a month, $150,000 a month. The leader of one is leader of many. Does that, everyone understand that concept? But when you go like, oh, I got to help this person. I'm tired. I want to chill with my girl. I just want to just hang out with my friends. I'm trying to play Fortnite. I'm trying to play 2K. Well, guess what? Don't even think about Chairman 500 because that's not the mentality you have. Does that make sense? So have your daily routines. I'm going to say it again and focus and write down all. I'm saying not a little bit, not just the ones that you have direct connection with. What's up? You have all the customers in your business, all of them. Every single one of them that says customer active and an actual volume to them. And you're like, okay, cool. I'm going to reach out to every single one of these people and have a 2 to 5 minute conversation of what they need help with. And I want to make sure that they're connected and we get them free. I don't want you paying for your subscription anymore. Help me help you. Who here feels that just from your daily routine, from focusing on the micro, writing down all your customers, okay, and having real, I'm not talking about text message, right? I'm not talking about just voice message. I'm talking about get on the phone, okay? Get on the phone and have a real conversation with them. Who would feel that would have, and also getting upset and pissed off at your circumstances Who here feels that you could double your volume in a week if you really wanted to? I know I will, because I have it all here. That's just the way that it is. Does that make sense? Awesome. So let's get this. Okay. That was the game plan. This is recorded. I'm going to put it up on YouTube. Make sure you edify this. Now, we need to create a culture. This is the last thing I'm going to leave it off of this. Okay. We need to create a culture. And a culture doesn't start out with 100 idiots. It starts out with 3 to 5 like-minded individuals. What I'm saying is this. We have over 70 like-minded individuals on this call. So we need to edify. What is my YouTube channel? It's Christopher Derrick. So we need to edify these calls. We need to edify on, like, imagine this. You got done with a call and you're with your squad. You're like, dude, did you get on Christopher Derrick's call? You're like, no, I didn't. Why, what's up? It's like, dude, breakthroughs, like, wow, like I was lost and now I'm freaking found in this business. I know exactly what to do. I didn't know what to do before. He gave me a whole blueprint. Yo, you have to watch this. The same way that we edify people is the same way we need to edify these calls. 7-figure mentorship calls, intro to trading overviews, the training calls, the map out the game plan calls. The only reason why people don't get on it is because we're not excited about it. Who here feels that you guys got massive value from this call? And it is super excited about the breakthroughs that's about to happen, that has felt that the one thing that's been stopping you in your business has not been lifted off of your shoulder, and you know exactly what to do now, because it's not about your upline for success. It's not about your team for success. It's about you for success. And if you feel that way, then you need to bring that same type of energy saying, yo, you missed out. You need to get on this call. You need to watch this because I don't know what I was supposed to do, but now I do, and I'm about to kill this thing because all I do is focus on the micro. So when you focus on that, guess the quote, every single time there's a training call, every single time there's an intro to trading overview, you know what I'm saying? Every single time that happens, people will get excited about the calls because you're excited about the calls. You know, how long did it take you to reach your breakthrough? When I was broke. When I found out I was broke, the day that I knew I was broke was the day that I had my breakthrough. That's just the honest truth. For real. Like the moment I just knew I was like, I'm broke, I have no money, and I need to do what I need to do to have massive success, that's it. Don't wait for a breakthrough to happen to have a breakthrough. Does that make sense? If you're struggling right now, that's your breakthrough. If you're struggling right now, that's your breakthrough. If you're going through a bunch of crap, that's your breakthrough. Good Lord, you have spoken the gospel. Well, I have been going to church, okay, and I've been reading this Bible like crazy, okay? So let's run it. Awesome. So I'm going to put this on YouTube. I'm going to put it in there. I'm going to promote it on my Instagram, on my Facebook, on everything. I'm going to drop it into all the chats. Once I drop into all the chats, take it, send it as a personal gift and link to your squads. Now, Edify, even though it's an hour long, I don't care. I don't care. You're saying you'd rather have me do 5 minutes of fluff, saying the most basic, general, vague statements in order for people to have success? No. So I appreciate you guys. Love every single one of you guys on this call. You know, there's a reason why I do this. You know, for a lot of people, they feel like they're not obligated to, but it is my responsibility. And I appreciate every single one of you guys. And you guys have a wonderful, wonderful day. Now, knowledge is useless unless it's applied. So let's get those daily routines done and write down all your customers. And can everyone just double their volume this week just for the sake of your own business and achieving massive success? Who here will hold themselves accountable to doubling their volume this week? My team's not doing it. My team's not helping this person out. Then you help that person out. Make sense? Appreciate every single one of you guys. Peace.